So you're about ready to invite somebody to buy your product or your program, or maybe even join your team, but you have this hesitation. What are they going to think of me if I send this message? Are they going to think that all I'm after is making money? What if they say yes? What am I going to do next? Can I even help this person to get the results they want? Now, all of these things are different thoughts that could be keeping you from sending that message, which is why today we want to share 3 different strategies so you can turn these thoughts around in the moment, so you can actually give the person you're sending the message to and yourself the opportunity to change your lives forever. Are you ready to do that with me? Let's jump right in. Strategy number 1 is always remember what this has done for you. Now, before sending messages, my brain also tries to convince me of many of these things we talked about. But one of the biggest ways I get past that is to remind myself of what I've been able to achieve because this thing was presented to me. I think about the impact it's made in my life, in my family's life, with my health, and of course with the world. And I actually get kind of pissed off thinking about what would have happened if I had never found this? And 90% of the time, that gives me the courage to reach out and allow the other person to decide, not for me to decide for them. Because every time we convince ourselves not to send that message, we're basically making the decision and we're never even giving them the opportunity for this to make an impact in their lives. Always remember, this is their decision, not mine. And if they decide this isn't right for them, no worries at all. But I don't want to make that decision for them. And so I just put it out there.
So strategy number 2 is someone needs to hear your message today. We can sometimes dismiss the potential impact we can have on people. There are people who are struggling through something that you've been able to overcome. They may need to hear from you because they connect with your story. Some of them have convinced themselves that this thing they want is not possible for them, and they really need to hear your message today. Step in and send the message. They will be thankful for it later.
Now, strategy 3 is a little bit different. This is the thought that this is my opportunity to show the world that I'm serious. Let me ask you this. What makes you a powerful leader? Is it when things are going right? When everybody's signing up for your program or product? The kids are ready for school even before you ask them? Or is it when things are tough? When things aren't going right? And instead of pulling back, you actually lean in because you know this is your greatest opportunity to show the world your true potential as a leader. Many of the things that I had to struggle through are actually the things that people want help with. And if I hadn't been willing to lean in and to do those uncomfortable things, I would have never learned all these things to be able to have a tool that people will want to seek out for themselves. So before you send that message, I want you to remember, this is your greatest opportunity to prove to yourself and the world that you really want to make an impact. Reach out and prove you really want it. Now, I want to give you one more bonus tip. A lot of what we talked about today was leaning into your heart voice. But did you know that sometimes leaning into your head voice, leaning into fear or pain, can actually be a great motivator for some of us? Now, it's not for everyone, but for me personally, when I think about people in my life that told me that I would never succeed, people who said I'm stupid for starting my own life coaching business, people who reminded me, Mark, you're a police officer. Why are you posting on social media about becoming a life coach? When I get comments like that, my brain actually takes it as a challenge. I start to think, oh, really? Let me show you. And then I use it as an opportunity to prove them wrong. Now, if this isn't something that inspires you, definitely hit up those other 3 strategies. But I know for some of you guys out there, you love a challenge. So go out there and prove them wrong. Now, you might get to the end of this video and be wondering how you can develop more mental toughness, which is what we've been talking about here today. Don't worry, I got you covered. Tap the screen to check out this next video. This is where I shared how I use some of the principles from the 75 Hard Fitness program to help me have more success in my business, especially when it comes to sending messages. Check that out. And I want to say thank you so much for being here and being willing to step into the uncomfortableness of inviting people to your program or your product. The world needs it now more than ever. Thank you for leading from the front, leader, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.